When streams become degraded, they can be restored to a natural balance. Their functional state can be brought back using natural stream restoration techniques. The flow of water in a straight stream is very fast. There's nothing in its way to slow it down. The curves or meanders of a stream slow down the flow. An artificially smooth stream bed is not healthy for the stream or habitat. There's nothing to slow down the water, which in turn creates more opportunities for erosion downstream. The riffles are the areas of the fastest moving water. Water is moving at a high velocity, so the sediment and other particles in the water are on the move. When water reaches the deeper pools, the velocity slows, which in turn slows down the sediment. Some of the particles will settle out here. The process of sediment movement within the stream is called sediment transport. Balance that we're looking for in a stream is in sediment transport, relatively equal amounts going out and coming in. A stream is a dynamic system. Even one that is in balance will change, just slowly.
Today we're out planting trees on a site, and it's a really a multifaceted project. We're also doing it with the Appalachian Regional Reforestation Initiative as a bird habitat project, and this is one of many projects that we work on across the region with the Appalachian Regional Reforestation Initiative.
Since we're creating initially early successional habitat, we're going to have species that utilize these habitats. And one of the things that we've been focusing on recently are species of concern, like the golden-winged warbler, which in many cases we're creating the ideal habitat for them, because a lot of these sites are on the edge of existing forests, and we can create some early successional habitat. We often talk about the tale of two warblers on these sites. Eventually, hopefully, we'll reduce forest fragmentation with a mature forest, and which should be good habitat for cerulean warblers. So that's sort of a neat species to look at, different warbler species, because we're helping out several of them through the course of the development of this forest.
My agency, the Office of Surface Mining, are collaborating on many projects across Appalachia involving surface mines, surface mine reforestation, where the original forest has been taken out and then replaced with grasslands. There's something on the order of 3/4 to 1 million acres of grasslands in Appalachia. That's some pretty significant forest fragmentation. Over the past 7 or 8 years, we've seen 70 to 90 million trees planted on old mine sites to plug the holes in the forest fragmentation that exists, across Appalachia.
To this year, I think they're doing about 2,500 to 3,000 acres across the Appalachians. So from Alabama to Pennsylvania, they have projects running. It's been a huge success, and now we're really trying to build the science underneath it for the migratory birds and figure out where are the best places from a migratory bird's perspective to try to focus in to help create better breeding habitat for some of these species.
We have a vast partnership with the Game Commission, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, the joint venture, and NRCS through their newly announced Working Lands for Wildlife program. They have a golden-winged warbler as a focus species. We're pretty well ahead of the curveball in Pennsylvania. By enrolling those people into the various programs of the Farm Bill, using the partners money that we have in the Partners Program, we hope to do a lot of really interesting and large projects to benefit golden-wing in the state of Pennsylvania.
The Keys were really magical when I was little, and over the years it's just such a significant change. They have to understand what the future will hold if we don't take care of things, and what could happen if we did.
Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary protects the only barrier reef in the continental United States, stretching south from Miami to the Dry Tortugas. Within these waters lie nationally significant resources, including seagrass beds, coral reefs, mangrove-fringed islands, and thousands of marine species.
Our lives, our economy, our culture, everything about us is tied to the ocean. Fishing in the Keys, diving in the Keys, living in the Keys, you are absolutely connected to the ocean at every moment.
This fragile habitat is increasingly under pressure from hurricanes, disease, boat groundings, rising ocean temperatures, pollution.
Future generations have a right to be able to see what I've seen. It's important that we try to do something to help get the environment going back in the right direction.
Since 1990, the sanctuary has worked with local communities and other partners to advance efforts to understand and protect the Keys' critical resources. The sanctuary is proposing a restoration blueprint that embodies what we've learned from nearly 30 years of restoration science, technical experience, and local community involvement.
We've got to remain vigilant. We've got to be good stewards because this treasure is for our children and grandchildren and for other people throughout the United States and the world for that matter.
While some problems are global, bold local action can change the trajectory of coral reef health and protect the economy that depends on them. Mission Iconic Reefs represents one of the largest investments ever undertaken in coral restoration. This ambitious plan embraces innovative techniques to rebuild coral reef structure, restore ecosystem function, and promote resiliency. Working together with world-renowned scientists, restoration partners, government agencies, and passionate individuals, we can put Florida's coral reefs on track for recovery. Join the mission to protect and restore these iconic reefs.